why you should buy properties right now. I invite you to write this down. Just write this question down. If not now, then when? I had a friend who had a property some 6 years ago, and she wanted to also invest in property for her children. And the next door neighbor wanted to sell the property. And she was interested in buying this property, but she decided she was not going to buy because she kept asking the question, why should you sell that house slightly more expensive than mine? She wanted to buy it exactly the same price like she had bought hers some years gone. But you know what? She just kept saying, oh, the property was too expensive. Last year, she revisited the point and wanted to buy that property. The property had literally doubled in value. She carried her hands on her head and she screamed, and she rang me and said, is there anything you can do to help me? You know, why are they selling the property so expensive? How is it that the price of their house has literally doubled mine? I said, well, that is the situation. Had she bought the property 6 years ago, she would have been looking at double the price of her house with that property, but she didn't. She complained, she sat, she whinged, she didn't want to buy, and there we go. Now she's regretting. Louis Tasnusa here from Frontline Wealth Solutions, and today I really just want to tell you 3 reasons why you should buy property now. And by the end of this video, I will let you know how you can actually buy these properties and how we can help you. The first reason why you should buy properties now is interest rates are absolutely lying on the floor. They are so low and they are set to rise maybe about 2023. So right now that the interest rates are so low, and you can even buy some properties up to £500,000 in this country and don't pay much tax on it. Wow, what are you waiting for? You know, in 3 years' time, when interest rates go up, when tax goes up, and you have to pay tax for every property you buy again, people will say, oh, had I known. This is your time. The second reason why you should buy properties right now is because the world is literally on sale. When you walk down the streets, you see so many signs for sale. And the reason is that people have decided they have had enough. The recession is here. They really just want to sell. They don't want to lose money. They have built in some equity in their properties and they don't want to lose it. And the media tells them, look guys, the recession is here. You got to sell. And they panicked and they're selling. You can grab a bargain right now when the world is on sale. If you want to know where to find the properties that are really cheap, click the link below. Join our Facebook group where we discuss these things. We look at those locations, we look at those deals, and on Mondays, every 8 p.m. UK time, I give some of these strategies for free. The third reason why you should invest in properties right now is because house prices double every 10 to 15 years. We say this, and when I heard it first, I didn't believe it until I got into the system and I did my own research, and I found that in most places in the UK, house prices actually do double and sometimes even treble within 10 to 15 years. Let me show you some examples. For example, I was just looking at these properties today in this particular location, and you can see here I have not really chosen any specific location, just that I was looking at a property in this location. We can open any site here and choose any postcode, but immediately here you can see, look at this property, sold or bought in 2012 for £190,000, and within 6 years they sold it for £279,000. These are properties sold, right? So in 6 years, it's nearly hitting the same or the double figure. You can scroll down here. Okay, others have not done as well, as good. But look at this one here. Interesting. 2013, sold for £95,000. Within how many years? It has been sold for 287,500. Listen, gentlemen, this tripled 3 times. It's not up to 10 years. And you can go down and have a look. Look at this one here. Sold 2009, and in 2014, look at the price. How much has been added to it? If you double this, by the time you hit the same number of years here to up to 10, this figure is going to double. Let's look at a couple more. Look at this one here. Within 7 years, 2005 to 2012, within 7 years, it is nearly hitting the double figure. What else have we got here? Look at this one here. This is a classic example, isn't it? Look, sold or bought 1999 for £90,000, and boom, within 11 years, look at that, it doubled, more than doubled. So there is real evidence here that within 10 to 15 years, in most places, house prices double up. Some even triple. What are you waiting for? To give you more evidence of what I'm talking about here, I just decided to type in a postcode next to the postcode to one of my properties. Okay, different. Look at this number 14 here. Sold in 2000 or bought in 2000 for 64 to 50. Boom! Within 17 years, more than doubled. Look at this here. £137,000. Look at this other one here, number 13. Sold in 2000 for 65,150, and within 16 years, exactly just doubled. What about this one, number 17? Sold in 2000 for 86,995, and nearly doubled within 15 years. Oh my goodness, look at this one here. 2000 again, 79,000, and within 15 years, more than doubled. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember the story of 2000? Can you see why these properties were sold for this amount, and why the house prices have doubled? Are we experiencing a similar thing right now? What are you waiting for? Look at number 3 here. Sold in 2000 for 68,000, and boom, doubled within 14 years. Let's just see. Can you still buy properties in the same postcode? Let's just grab this postcode. Can you still buy properties in the same postcode for less than £100,000? And in which case, if you could buy now less than £100,000, what could happen within the next 10 years? Let's just see. Let's go and search for properties to buy. Are there properties for sale here for this amount? Let's see. Let us say max is 100,000, and let's look for 3-bedroom houses and any. Let's find out. Okay, we couldn't find properties in this location. Maybe we extend it a little bit to 3 miles or 5 miles out. Boom! Look, ladies and gentlemen, there are properties still sold in this same location for less than £100,000. Look, more properties for less than £100,000, less than £100,000, less than 100,000. Look at, keep 90,000, 90. We still got 80-something thousand pounds, £89,000. Ladies and gentlemen, if you bought this property now, within 10 years, you've seen the evidence. What could you be sitting on? I do not know how much I can tell you this again. If you are a nurse, if you are a teacher, if you are an immigrant and you are seeing this, if you are a passionate person who wants to get into property and you are seeing this sort of evidence and you are still sitting and not taking action, I don't know what you are waiting for. Wow. I just want to show you this graph. Look here. House prices always rise. Okay, there is always an upwards and downward movement, upward, downwards movement, but the graph is always going up. And like we've said, house prices double nearly every 10 years. However, this 2021 leading to 2022, most of what we know is that house prices are going down. They were right on the peak. And you can see here from this graph, a lot of house prices have dipped. Is that not why you should buy now? Because you have seen and you can see clearly that when it goes up and goes down, it picks up and goes up again and passes where it was earlier on. If this is not evidence for you to see that somehow this graph is going to come down to some point and shoot back up and past this point, then I don't really know what you are looking at and what you're waiting for. Look again, let me show you this. It says here, I trust this website, of course, UK house prices could be set for a decline with disastrous consequences. Of course, these are headlines, of course, but this was written right in 2017. But we know that right up till 2020, this was the case. Look at this graph here. Okay, 2020, look at what happened. Okay, houses went down and then shot up, and we know they are coming down. And you should be buying at this point where they have come down considerably, or actually when they are just about to take a turn up. But we don't know when. All we know is right now the graph is slightly declining, so it is good time to buy. So the question is, seeing all this evidence, if you are not going to buy a property right now, then when? When interest rates are low, when the world is on sale, when houses are right out there, when you can grab a deal. And let me tell you one thing. I've got a system where you can still buy properties for less than £100,000, as you could see. That was just one location. I have actually researched a lot of locations like that where houses are still for sale for less than £100,000, and you will be making something to the region of 200 to 250, sometimes 300, sometimes even £1,000 cash flow every month. And if you bought those properties and they doubled within 10 years, think about that. Would that not be a healthy sum of retirement for you? Will that not add to your inheritance that you might hand over to your family? Would that not give you a comfortable life where you can retire comfortably from your work, or reduce your work if you love it like mine, reduce the numbers from your work and actually just have a good life? If you would like to know how to buy properties for less than £100,000, where to find those properties, and how to actually buy those properties, maybe sometimes with little or none of your own money, click the link below and register to our free course, which is coming up soon, where we will examine where, how, why, and give you the plan, the implementation plan for how to get these properties. Thank you once more for watching. Stay blessed and see you in our Facebook group and in our training session.